Hey everybody, welcome. This is the Local Tasting Tours podcast. I'm Emily. You can find us at localtastingtours.com, and we're doing a tasting here today at the fish shop. We've got Peter Boudreau, the owner of the fish shop at Pier 20, which is in the Seaport Farmers Market, and we're going to taste some fish and chips today. Peter, you've got a menu here as well as a beautifully stocked case of fresh fish. Are there any particular items that that you're going to be serving this summer?
Yes, actually, our menu all features our fresh local product. Our seafood chowder has been incredibly popular, as well as the lobster rolls.
Our guest today is Nate Crawford, who's the Executive Director of the Writers' Federation of Nova Scotia, and they're in the building just across from the Seaport Farmers Market. You can reach them at 423-8116. Nate, some cool events or book launches coming up this summer?
Yes, so far scheduled for the summer is a big poetry kickoff. I believe it's on June 11th or thereabouts. 3 great dynamic young poets named Alice Burdick, Jamie Forsyth, and John Barger will be reading from their poetry books, which are great and cool.
Nate, I understand that you pop over here from time to time for some lunches from the fish shop.
I do. So far, I have only tasted the fabulous Foxhill poutine they have here, mostly on cold and rainy days when I feel like I need something that'll stick to my ribs.
That's excellent. And you get your cheese curds from?
Foxhill Cheese House, which is, they're located in the valley, Annapolis Valley. They own a dairy farm. As well, they have a store here at the Seaport Farmers Market. They come in fresh 2 or 3 times a week.
So we're ready to taste these amazing looking fish and chips here. Nate, if you want to have a bite and you can tell us what you think later. Are you like a vinegar type person?
I'm a big tartar sauce person. And maybe, Peter and I were talking earlier about the crunchiness of the fish. Maybe you could put the mic to the fish.
That's an amazing idea.
Here we go. It's more paper crunch than fish crunch.
I can see the amazing crust on the fish. Peter, I just wanted to ask, well, I'm not allowed to ask your secret, but is there something that you do to make that fish incredibly crunchy?
Well, we do it the traditional English method. We actually cook the fish twice. It's made with our fresh haddock. We blanch it the first time at a lower temperature. And then to order, we actually cook it at a much higher heat, which causes the crust to form a nice crisp batter coating.
It's a beautiful color, and you got some great chips under there as well. Nate, what are you thinking of the fish and chips?
I'm loving it. First bite, excellent. The fish has flaked out beautifully. I'm obviously, through the poutine, familiar with the fries, which are also delicious and peppery.
I just wanted to finish up the podcast by asking our guests a couple of questions. And Local Tasting Tours is all about letting people know about some great local restaurants, eateries, finds, and other businesses in town. So I was wondering, Peter, if you had a favorite locally owned business or shop in town?
One of my favorite restaurants, of course, is Chives Bistro. It's up on Barrington Street. It's operated by Craig and Darren, are their executive chefs. I've been a huge fan of theirs since they opened about 11 years ago now, and they've been leading the vanguard on using local products throughout their entire history. I'm also very privileged to supply them with some of their seafood. It's definitely one of my favorite restaurants, and it's the one restaurant my wife insists on going at least a number of times a year for every special occasion.
That's great. We're really excited to be featuring both the fish shop at Pier 20 and Chives and Ciboulette on our tours. Nate, just to finish up, do you have favorite food from your childhood that springs to mind?
Definitely. You know what? The aforementioned tartar sauce immediately, like Proust, made me remember my childhood. And I was in some cafeteria in Halifax and got just the little craft boxes of tartar sauce, and I think that must have been the first time I ever had it, and I've loved it ever since. All shapes and sizes of tartar sauce. Odd, yes, I know, but delicious.
Yeah, I was a tartar sauce on French fries kid myself. Nate, just to finish your the website where we can find you at the Writers' Federation of Nova Scotia.
Oh yes, it's writers.ns.ca is our online home, soon to be much fancier than what you'll see.
And the phone number for the fish shop, Peter?
It's 405-FISH, 405-3474.
That's great. Thanks, guys, so much. This is Emily signing off from Local Tasting Tours, New Downtown Halifax. Food tours featuring tastings from locally owned eateries. Like us on Facebook. Join us on Twitter. Take a bite out of Halifax.